Here we go.
Woo! Turn it up.
Turn it up, Cal.
A little louder.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the pregame lounge. Let's go. Let's go. We are presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Make sure to use the code DNVR when you sign up and download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Getting you set for Nuggets Bulls. Chicago Bulls at Ball Arena tonight. We're going to preview that matchup. Look back on an interview we had with one Vlatko Cancar, who was sitting right here on the DNVR set yesterday.
As I was doing the air horn, I just remembered seeing you guys and just like the clarity that comes when you do something so stupid.
Yeah.
When you have to do it in the face of somebody that doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I thought you were going to say he had the worst air horn of all time.
And he had the greatest air horn of all time.
It was the worst air horn, but also the greatest. We're also going to look ahead to the schedule because I think the Nuggets have a chance to go on a little bit of a run here, and then we're going to go over our best bets for the night. Let me introduce the panel. I'm Harrison Wind, joined by Eric Wedum. You know him as D-Line.
Guys, we're back to the dog days. It's dog days time. Let's go. Dude, I'm ready for the dog days. It's the dog days. I'm having a hard time getting emotionally up for these games. I mean, I've got such big market energy anymore, dude.
Yeah, we really only care about the playoffs nowadays.
Dude, rings culture is the only culture I know. You know what I mean?
Nothing matters anymore except the ring. The MVP doesn't even matter.
Oh, dude, that's so passé. That's like what the small-minded plebes can talk about. Like, you can use that to frame whatever terrible sociological discussion you want to have.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that ring, dude.
We're all about the ring this year. He's also all about that ring. It's Superstar Dev.
I'm just all about chips. That's all I'm about.
Yeah, rings and chips.
I'm about chips.
I'm actually more about chips than anything. Like potato chips.
Yeah.
Really, I'm excited to get to the Vlatko portion of things. Like, people loved it. People loved that interview. So I'm excited for the people that haven't seen it yet, we get to show some clips and things like that.
We'll show some clips. I think it's the best interview we've done. Full stop. It was that good.
It was so good.
And it was really mostly because Vlatko was freaking hilarious. The dude is hilarious. Let's get into some game notes first, though. Chicago Bulls are in town. Michael Porter Jr. was listed as probable coming into tonight, non-COVID illness, but he is playing. He's in the starting lineup. Funny enough,
so wild.
I did not see an injury update on Vlatko. He was questionable. Probably should have asked him about that on the podcast yesterday.
It would have made a good interview.
Yeah. Actually would have gotten some real journalism done.
Are you trying to say that that trying to figure out whether or not something was photoshopped is not real journalism?
But I'm not sure about Vlatko. He was questionable with that wrist sprain. I would assume that he was out, but I'm not sure. We'll see if we get an update there. But yeah, Michael Porter Jr. is in. He's starting. All the regulars for Chicago are in as well. Lonzo Ball is still out, though. He's been out pretty much the whole year. The Bulls, guys, 29-36. They're 11th in the East. Just barely out of the play-in. Just right on the border of the play-in in the Eastern Conference. One spot outside of it. They've lost 2 in a row to the Suns and the Pacers, but they've kind of had some big performances lately. Zach LaVine had 42 against Indiana. DeMar DeRozan had 31 against Phoenix. They are the 19th best offense in their last 10 games, the 6th best defense. So they've shown a little defensive chops, but I mean, D-line, this should be a game the Nuggets probably handle, you would think.
Well, earlier in the year, the Nuggets absolutely beat the taste out of the mouth of the Chicago Bulls. They just absolutely curb stomped them in Chicago. They had no answer for what the Denver Nuggets were bringing. And I looked, Jokic had 14 assists that night.
Woo!
But he had 8 points.
Okay.
So I feel
I'm looking it up right now also. 4-4 for 8 points.
Yeah. 4-4 for 8 points. Jokic is absolutely back in that mindset. I see a very similar performance coming from him this night.
Yeah, I agree. Dev, what do you have your eye on tonight?
I want to know if they're going to come out with that same sense of just like beating them down. Teams that you're a lot better than. Is it truly the dog days where it's just like, hey, you have such a lead over everyone else that you like are in cruise control, or do you still continue to take care of business and beat the teams that you're supposed to beat down?
Yeah. I think the biggest story tonight is probably Jamal Murray and the fact that he is 2 3-pointers away from breaking the Nuggets all-time record, becoming the Nuggets all-time leader in three-point makes. He tweets this today, guys. Today's the day. Woo! With the bow and arrow emoji and a target. I'm definitely going to go to you for this, D-Line. Decipher this tweet for me.
He's going to break the three-point record. He's going to break the three-point record.
What do the emojis mean? That's really what I'm curious about here.
He's going to hit the target. The blue arrow will hit. I wish he'd use the blue. I don't think he likes the blue arrow.
You don't?
I don't really see him embracing it. Do you ever see that?
Well, I will say a lot of the chatter online today, especially after he tweeted that, was, oh, Jamal's going to break out the blue arrow celebration for when he breaks the record. And we were talking about this before we went live. I can't remember him breaking out the blue arrow celebration at all this year. You seem to remember him doing it once.
I distinctly remember one exquisitely half-hearted. He was like,
I guess I'll break it out.
I haven't seen it this year.
Everybody says
Let
no.
us know in the chat if you've seen Jamal break out the blue arrow celebration.
Everyone tells me no.
I just think it's dope when he does that. He needs to embrace it.
The fact that you have a memory of it makes, like, I'm not going to say you're wrong.
I am the oldest one here by quite a bit, and I've been known to use Jive Hive. So who knows what this memory holds? Whether or not I've fabricated something.
I hate when people get away from their their thing. Like the thing that made them or separates them.
Yeah.
He is a blue arrow guy. Do you remember when Cam Newton stopped doing the Superman and he was not Superman anymore?
Yeah, what happened?
Like,
Von Miller stole it, became his kryptonite.
Yeah, you got to do the things that make you who you are. I would be pissed off if I seen Anthony Davis with like just 2 eyebrows. I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
If he put any attention to facial grooming, I agree.
Yeah, be who you are. The blue arrow is Jamal.
I think the consensus from the chat is he has not done it. The only person who's done it is DeAndre Jordan.
I don't. I'm going to find this.
I remember that one. I remember DeAndre Jordan doing it.
I'm going to find this and put it right in your eye, dude. Tonight's the night, chat. I'm going to show you.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. Jamal Murray is at 803 career threes. Will Barton is at 804 career threes. Man, poor Will Barton. Like, comes into the NBA, not a three-point shooter at all. All of a sudden, he's Nuggets all-time leader. He gets to hold the crown for a year.
Well, I mean, he was asked about it, maybe by you, in fact. And he was just like, I wasn't supposed to have it. Like, yeah. Jamal was hurt.
If Jamal was not hurt, yeah, it'd be Jamal's already.
For sure. So,
yeah.
This is right. But I'm surprised, there's been some three-point. I mean, obviously, like, in the pre-analytics phase of the NBA, when somehow they thought the three-point shot was a bad shot as opposed to now the only shot that NBA players will take. You would think that guys like Alex English or David Thompson or some of these like prolific scorers would have some claim to it, or if not for the political climate that Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf found himself in, that he would have been the guy that held that crown. But it's pretty wild. Like a lot, like all of these, there's like a lot of records that are coming up and falling, and like you just reminds you, like we are in the absolute golden era for the Denver Nuggets currently. Like this is as good as it's ever been, and probably as good as it'll ever get.
Yeah. I mean, just to like look at the 3-point record itself with having Will Barton there, like that's crazy that he's leading a team in threes made. I mean, it goes to show
he wasn't even drafted.
Yeah, it goes to show the longevity, I guess, that he had there, and the success on knocking the 3-ball down. But I mean, this is like 2 Steph Curry years.
Yeah.
800 threes.
It's like a postseason.
But it's a wild record, and I think it means a little bit more that it's coming from the guy that they drafted, the guy that changed. I'm not gonna say changed the organization because that's Jokic, turned it around, but it's a guy that's home grown. Like this is who they chose. So for him to have it, I know it means a lot to him.
Yeah, it feels right for him to have it. Like if there's somebody that should be the Nuggets all-time 3-point leader, I feel like it should be Jamal Murray. The other guy I feel like it maybe should be is like eventually Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah,
but he's got a long way to go. I was just looking at it earlier. He's only at 385 career-made three, so he's not even like 10th on this list. So he's got to he's double that total.
Like all total, he's played like a season and a half.
Right. So Murray's going to have this for a long time. He's probably going to get it tonight. I predict he's going to get it in the first quarter very, very early.
Yeah, I think so as well. And then also, if you just look at games played, like Jamal's breaking it before he hits 400 games. If he is to break it tonight, it's 396 games for him. For Barton, it took 479. So it took a lot longer. Like he gets to extend. It's going to make it a lot harder for Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah. Let's move on, guys, because we had a special guest in the house yesterday, sitting right here to my left. Vlatko Cancar, Chalky, the man of many names.
Photoshop whiz.
And I got to say, man, he was an absolute delight to have on the show. If you guys have not listened or watched it, you can watch the interview on YouTube. You can listen to it on the podcast. It's right in the podcast feed. It's yesterday's show. It was a great interview, man. Like, what was your biggest takeaway from it?
My biggest takeaway is that I have no idea how to live life. Vlatko Cancar has everything figured out.
Yeah,
he has perspective. He has balance. He is thankful for what he has. He's looks towards the right things. He believes in all the right, and then, he wants to bring levity to Nikola Jokic. Everything about it. I was like, God damn, man. Why some people giving so much and me so little?
He's definitely about all the right things. He's humble. He's selfless. He's a good representation of just the Nuggets.
Yeah, dude. If he decides to, he can turn into the Hulk. He can,
right.
If I could work out every day, I would never look like he was able to look. He's got
something we did learn is he can fluctuate 20, 30 pounds
of
in
muscle.
a summer.
So that was not a Photoshop?
No, it was not.
Definitively not a Photoshop.
Yeah, he denied that it was Photoshop. We asked him actually twice during the show. We asked him first and then came around to it again. Yeah. But I think we have a couple clips from the pod that we want to play here. What's the first one, Kale? The first one is about how Vlatko motivates Nikola Jokic. How Vlatko is kind of the Nikola Jokic whisperer. So let's watch that one.
You know how to motivate Nikola.
Yeah, it would be more of a teasing of I would try to act stupid. Now he knows me. Now it's hard.
Doesn't work
But I would
anymore.
pretend, be super. I would be trying to act stupid. I was like, man, I didn't know this guy was so good.
Well, I remember you told me this. It was halftime of a Nuggets Magic game years ago, and you told me you went up to him and go, "Man, I didn't know Nikola Vucevic was this good."
Yeah, I was like, man, he's like, yeah, he's awesome. I was like, man, he's amazing. Wow. And then it's just stupid stuff like that I'm trying to poke the bear.
Push his
the bear.
buttons. Yeah, how it feels like he doesn't need that.
No, he doesn't. Now what he needs, because I feel like it's so much stress, so I'm trying to just kind of make some stupid jokes, and just trying to lift his spirit up, because I don't think he needs, like you said, I don't think he needs to be motivated anymore. He just needs to be okay, I need to laugh a little bit and I need to relax.
Vlatko talking about how he talks trash to Nikola Jokic to motivate him. This is something he did years ago.
Find you a teammate that is as plugged into the needs of its star,
right?
Caters
to your star player like no other.
Yeah, man. He's not worrying about getting his. He's worrying about the team. That was another thing that came up more than one time, is the idea of not I, we.
Yes.
that thing that you get from players that have come up in a system that is based more around a team concept, and he has it in spades, man.
And the thing Vlatko has over the rest of the Nuggets locker room is the only guy who can say something like that to Jokic.
Yep.
Nobody else can go up to Jokic and be like, that guy's kicking your ass, bro. And another reason he can do that is because he's the only other guy who speaks Serbian. That counts for a lot.
Yeah.
That counts for a lot. All right, the other clip we have is a question that you asked him. Do you want to set this one up?
Yeah. Well, I came in and I asked a question that I thought was pertinent and would be interesting. And it turns out it was pertinent and interesting, but it turns out everyone asks him this question, but I've never heard the answer. To my knowledge, this is the only guy on earth that's ever played with both Luka and Jokic in high-level competition.
he's got to be the only guy.
So I assume he gets asked this all the time in Europe. I've never heard the answer.
Facu Campasso.
Dude, I just wanted to know like
That's
what the
other
difference.
one.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
He had a cup of coffee with the Mavs earlier this year.
That's true. That's a great. He and Facu. But I want to know what is the difference? What is the difference playing with one and playing with the other?
Facu and Luka were Barcelona teammates.
So Vlatko is
one,
not that excited to. He told me that if I ever asked him this question again, that I owe him a steak dinner. Yeah, and then Adam later on told me that he was happy that I got to feel for the first time what it feels like to ask an athlete something that they're very unhappy to have to answer. So,
but he gave a great answer.
But he gave a great answer. It was all worth it.
Let's play that one.
Playing with Luka, as you guys can see, he can be really temperamental. So if you're not performing with him, he's gonna cuss you out. He's gonna bat at you. You have to make shots with him. It is what it is. And he's the one who's gonna be the one who's gonna be like, okay, this is my team. I'm the leader, and he shows through games and like that. Joker is the same, but a silent mode. So basically, if you put the volume, Luka is like 100, Joker is like a 15 or like 12. Mm-hmm. Joker is the same way, but he's not gonna be mad at you, obviously, if you miss shots. But I feel like he's gonna be annoyed because at the end of the day, he cannot do everything by himself. And we have to also understand is like, man, I know he passes us. He gets 10 assists, but we can have an off night of shooting and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
But like I said, playoff time, you got to be able to make shots. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just because that puts so much less pressure
Right.
off him. Playing wise, like I said, I feel like Luka is more has more skill set just because he can also dribble and just from either the three or the post. He's basically really has like all the arsenal. Joker has like a sneaky handle where he can put you off guard with like a shot fake and just like a one dribble behind the back and then doing a lot of pivots and stuff like that. So, but IQ wise and stuff like that, I feel like they learn the game so much that he can basically, if we're smart enough and have to be in a corner or the 45, he can throw like those no looks because he knows somebody is there.
Yeah.
And like I said, they're both amazing players and yeah.
And never ask.
There's your
answer.
answer.
Oh, yeah,
And,
even though
never ask me this
everybody
question
ask
again.
that question.
If
Even
I
though
come,
we'll never speak again,
if I
that
come
was
next,
worth it. That was worth
next preseason, when I come back,
Yeah, when? Not if, when.
Thank you.
yes. And if you ask me the same question, you owe me a great dinner.
There you go.
Yeah. So I was borderline threatened by an NBA player.
I was going to say, Vlatko felt comfortable on the show because he threatened a member of the podcast.
Yeah. Yep.
The crazy thing is, I want to do it so often. I'm so glad somebody else did it. I loop that.
Yeah, I feel
'Cause I'm
like now kind of the cover's blown. We have free reign to just threaten each other. Now.
Oh man,
Yeah.
it's not only Vote.
Yeah.
There's other people.
So it was a great interview, guys. That was just two of like a bunch of different segments we could have played. If you want to listen to it, it's on YouTube, on the DNVR channel, on this channel. It's also as a podcast too that you can download.
Yeah,
So-
watch it, but watch it.
You got to watch it.
There's a scintillating game that follows that.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably the hottest thing on the internet. Is this Photoshop? Well, I don't want to spoil it.
People are still talking about it. The streets are still talking about it. All right, let's move on here. The Nuggets guys are on a 4-game winning streak. Let me read you off their next 6 opponents. The Bulls, the Spurs, the Nets, the Raptors, the Pistons, the Knicks. If they win all 6 of those games, that's a 10-game winning streak. That's the longest winning streak of the year. They had a 9-game winning streak earlier this season.
I know your prediction earlier was just spoiled.
I know. Do they get to 10? Is this a possibility, Dev, or am I just having like wishful thinking here? Could they get to 10 in a row here?
Look, let's not get our hopes up. They're going to get to 10. They are going to get to 10. Like, look at the teams that they're playing against. And also, I really do think that Denver wants to get that number 1 overall seed. It's
In the NBA or the West?
in the NBA.
Okay.
They have it locked down already for the West.
Yeah, that's happening.
So now you could just push forward. And also, it puts pressure on the Bucks to continue to play their guys. And everyone else. Also, they have they're able to control positioning, later on in the month and also heading into April. So I think right now you go after it. as we all learned, every single person that has played in the NBA is stat padding. You might as well do that in a way where you could also get wins. And I think that that's part of stat padding, getting as many wins as possible.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Is every basket done purely for stat padding purposes?
Every
single
Make
shot.
the argument.
We're like, oh,
there's also like a
the
objective.
biggest stat pattern this year might be Damian Lillard going for 71.
dude, padded.
Every objective is to win the game. If you score a
Donovan
basket,
Mitchell.
you have a chance to win the game.
Okay,
You
well.
get a rebound, you get an assist. It's an opportunity to win.
Yeah.
I'm a stat padder.
I believe that 100%. That's the most truthful thing you've ever said on this show. Look, do I think they're going to win 10 in a row? I'll say no, just because a bunch of these games are coming on the road, and even though they're not the toughest competition, the Spurs, I mean, they'll win that game.
The Spurs, if the Nuggets lose that game to the Spurs, the most unhappy people in the building will be the Spurs. I don't want to win that
Greg
game.
Popovich will retire
He'll be like,
if they win that
he'll
game.
come up and he'll like legitimately tackle Malone. Like he always like fake fights him.
Yeah,
He'll be like, "Hey, fuck you, man! We're trying to get something over here."
Yeah. But at Toronto, the Raptors just played them close the other night. The Raptors are a tricky matchup for Denver with just how well they're coached and kind of the different defensive schemes they throw out there. The Knicks on the road as well. The Knicks are like the new darling of the NBA.
Yeah.
Like the Knicks 39-28. What are they? The 5th seed in the NBA in the East.
They just keep
They're
winning.
on a
They
nice-
lost, right? Didn't they?
They did lose, but they're 9-1 in their last 10. They are the new just kind of belle of the ball in the Eastern Conference. Everybody loves talking about the Knicks.
Well, I mean, the NBA is better when the Knicks are good. Did you know that?
I don't think that's ever been quite proven. But, I mean,
It's certainly been said.
Was the NBA better in like the 60s?
Yeah, it's great times. Everybody loved the NBA in the
The
60s.
70s?
Absolutely. We're just holding on to it. That and Raiders wins
Let's go.
championships.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see. What I just wanted to highlight was the Nuggets are on the road here coming up for this 5-game Eastern Conference road trip. Toronto, Detroit, New York, Brooklyn, and then they go to Washington. The competition isn't great. It's just another great opportunity to keep stacking W's away from Ball Arena and just kind of building some more confidence at home, because the Nuggets, I'm pretty convinced they're unbeatable at Ball Arena. Like, that Toronto game was just another example. They should not have won that game.
Dude.
They deserved to lose that game, and they pulled it out in clutch time. I don't know if they can be beat right now at home. It's just on the road they got to start.
Dude, I was
getting some more Ws.
simultaneously positive they were going to lose. I'd written it off, and then not at all surprised they won.
Yeah.
At the exact same time.
Yeah.
They just, first off, the end of that game was the most. If I was a Toronto Raptors fan, I would be irate.
Oh, my God.
Irate. I'm a Nuggets fan, though, so screw that. It was great. Nuggets are clutch. They can't be beat at home. They really they keep showing you. I mean, if they give, that was truly a C effort from the Denver Nuggets last game. It was just like
It was a lazy
deeply.
effort.
It was a D for dog days, dude. That was a D for dog days effort for the Denver Nuggets. I hope they care a little bit more tonight, just purely for my entertainment factor. But there's really there's nothing that they need to prove.
Amen. All right, let's open up our phones, fire up the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Dev, let's make some money tonight, man. Let's get some green.
It's all about
St.
the money,
Patrick's
baby.
Day is
I
approaching.
need those green dots to show up on my
Dude,
DraftKings
they've-
Sportsbook app tonight.
Have you seen they've been changed? There's a little trophy that appears above you.
Oh, that's how long it's been since I've won a bet, apparently.
So Denver comes into the game as 9-point favorites. That's a whole bunch, but they must have seen the last time that these two teams played.
Yeah.
Denver is by far the better team. I'm not going to do the 9, but we all know that Denver's going to win. Just say that for same game parlay purposes.
Okay.
As far as the over/under 225.5, is Denver going to be motivated to play? I'll just go with the over. I like the over 225.5. I want there to be fireworks. I want Denver to try to score, because I think that Chicago is going to try to, because that's the only way they can win this game. As far as the points, Do we do anything on Bulls side? Yes, we do. We're gonna do Vuce 16 and a half. I'm gonna do the 16 and a half. Also, I like his points plus rebounds just combined. I think he gets up for these type of games. If they're not getting like beat to sleep, he's gonna have an opportunity to score, especially with how Jokic is playing defense right now.
What's also interesting is Nikola Vucevic and Nikola Jokic are very good friends. There's been talk that they play Counter-Strike against each other during the season. I can only imagine it was a late night at the Jokic compound.
Oh, man.
Nikola just, gaming it up. So I wonder if he goes a little easy on Vucevic tonight.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think so. So. That's it. That's the only thing that I can do on that side of things. When I look at like all these names for the Bulls, I don't see Caruso, but people tell me he's good. Whatever. Let's get over to Denver's side of things.
He's not a scorer, Dev.
I tell you what, if
Jeff Green's on here.
If he was available to win the MVP, I would vote for him. I'll say that.
A lot of people would.
Me specifically, though, I won't tell you my reasons, but I'll let it marinate.
Well, he's the same game parlay. God damn it. Let's just go over to. I think that Jokic is going to get a triple-double.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
just going to say yes on triple-double.
Okay. Well, he did get one last game.
You get minus money on that now. We're to that point in the arc of Nikola Jokic's career.
He had 10 straight triple-doubles at home, and then last game, that streak ended.
Yeah, so, I'm just going to go with the triple-double.
Yeah.
So, Jokic, his rebounds is at 12.5. I'm also going to go the over there. He's been grabbing boards. Everything that comes his way.
I'm telling you, though, last time these two played, he got 14 assists. So I don't know if that's going to...
That's where the triple-double comes into play.
That's why we have the triple-double.
That is why
I'm just saying, like, if you're looking for rebounds or assists, it might be a night to take assists over the rebounds. That's
all right.
Okay.
As far as the threes, we're going to put Michael Porter Jr. in there. They have it at 2.5.
That's probably a good idea.
The dude just knocks down everything that comes his way. We could also put it in the same game parlay for his twos. I just think it's coming.
I've got it.
I knew you did.
I got one, baby.
We're going to go right back to the well on steals. Aaron Gordon steals. He gets one. He's been getting more of them. They have him at minus 130. It's just too good for me. And then for the lock of the night, everybody knows what it is. It's very easy. Jamal Murray needs two to tie, pointers to tie, three to break the record. Easiest bet I've ever seen. The guy has already told you that he's going to go after it, no matter what.
I'm betting
at this point, he has
only
no
needs two
choice
to break the record.
I'm actually going to put an
two to break the
unhealthy amount of money on
but
this.
he's going to get more than two.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just very easy. I think he gets his two in the first quarter.
I think he gets in the first quarter, too.
So, yeah, we're going to go with that over 2.5 threes for the lock of the game. D-Line has a same game parlay.
Here it is. This is Galaxy Brain level game parlay. This
got a minute
is
left.
unlocking the secrets of the universe itself.
Okay.
First and foremost, Jamal Murray, three-pointers made. Dev just made the case. Jamal told you on Twitter it's happening. And then one KCP steal. I looked the last 10 games. He has a steal every game.
Really?
He gets a steal every goddamn game. KCP gets a steal every game. I'm taking it. Michael Porter Jr., 3+ threes. And here's where the Galaxy Brain comes into play. I am taking Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson to have 5+ assists.
Wow.
I believe Reggie Jackson will get a lot of run tonight. Reggie Jackson in his last 5 games has had 8 assists, 4 assists, 5 assists, and 0 assists. But I believe he's going to get a lot of playing time tonight, and I do believe he's going to get those 5 assists. That thing pushes those 4 together will give you plus 1,100.
Jeez, did you see how Reggie Jackson walked into the arena today?
Uh-oh. What?
Walked into the arena with a bag of a redacted burrito company.
Really?
Yeah, it was very Colorado. You can go check it out on Twitter.
All right, well, listen, all the same.
Yeah.
Dude, Mr. Assist.
He's very Colorado, all I'm saying.
Plus
Mr.
1,100.
Colorado.
Get in on this. I'm doing it. I feel great about it.
All right.
1,100.
1,100, man.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully those bets cash. I need it tonight. We'll be back hopefully in a winner's lounge in a couple hours. Hope to see you guys there. Talk to you then.
Let's go.